Now, this morning, we're following up on yesterday's announcement from Washington that it will reopen the U.S. land and sea border to fully vaccinated Canadians next month. Our senior correspondent, Katie Simpson, first reported that story yesterday, right about at this time, in fact. But there are new details this morning. And as Katie tells us now, plenty of unanswered questions still.
Fully vaccinated travelers will be allowed into the U.S. at land and ferry border crossings starting in early November. Proof of vaccination will be required, while there is no requirement for a negative COVID-19 test. Those who had AstraZeneca will likely be included, and a decision on whether to include those with mixed vaccine doses is expected by the end of the month.
So we want to get to that fully reopened state as quickly as we responsibly can, but it's always first going to be guided by doing what's right to beat this pandemic.
Ottawa is now facing pressure to make some major changes of its own to drop the negative COVID test requirement for entry into Canada.
I think it will lead to a lot of Canadians that will be reluctant to come into the United States. So there's a cost associated with that, but it's also an additional administrative step that I think is unnecessary.
Canadians who want to day trip into the U.S. are being told they can get a test in Canada before they leave and use that same test to get back into the country.
We're going to allow that test to remain valid for 72 hours, and that could involve multiple trips.
That report from senior correspondent Katie Simpson in Washington. Still to be worked out what kind of paperwork Canadians driving south will have to show at the border. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is taking a step closer to making a decision on mixed doses, and Magda Gabreselassie is in Washington looking at this. 2 days of meetings starting today. Magda, that was a crucial decision for Canada in the early vaccine rollout. Mixing and matching proven to be quite effective in this country. Where does the debate stand on this in the United States?
Well, as you know, right now there is no mixing and matching of vaccines in the U.S., but advisors with the Food and Drug Administration, they're now looking into this. And on Friday, they will be talking about the studies on this. So delving into how safe, how effective it is to mix doses. Now, we do know that the results of one study by the National Institute of Health was just released, and it involved about 458 people, still has to be peer reviewed, but it considered several different combinations of the 3 approved vaccines in the U.S. right now. So we're talking Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna, and then the Johnson & Johnson vaccines. And it found that there was a robust antibody response. We also know Canadian researchers have shared their early findings from a study that showed delaying the second shot and mixing doses actually provided a greater protection from being infected, hospitalized, or dying. Now, there are many people here in the U.S. who think that, the U.S. really needs to get on board, approve mixing and matching the doses, including Dr. Ali Khan, who's the former Assistant U.S. Surgeon General. He spoke to CBC News yesterday about this.
I personally can't think of any reason why they wouldn't do it. There's sufficient data, a lot of data from the UK, and Canada is not the only country in this position. There are a number of other European countries that took the same approach with the use of AstraZeneca vaccine that recommended the second dose should be with an mRNA vaccine. So that all needs to get harmonized at this point.
So that's all being discussed tomorrow afternoon. But first, the panel will be tackling whether Moderna and J&J should be approved to give booster shots. Then they will dig into the mix and match talk.
And that brings us back, Magda, to that big question for the millions of Canadians who did get those mixed doses. What do we watch for next?
Well, they're going to be kind of on hold right now as, they're going to be wondering whether the U.S. will consider them to be fully vaccinated, whether they'll be allowed to cross the border. Of course, we know that about 3.9 million Canadians are in that position. So although the FDA advisors are actually looking at this research right now, they're not actually scheduled to vote as of right now. But it is expected that the U.S. will approve mixing and matching by the end of the month, because there is still time for this. As you know, the border restrictions aren't being lifted until early November, so there's still time to work this out.
Magda, thank you very much. Magda Gabreselassie going to be watching those 2 days of FDA meetings for us there in Washington.